Hello, my little snackwitches. Today I am doing the rather classic image of a dead thing with a soon-to-be dead thing. I mean, technically when you have a painting of a skull with flowers, usually the flowers are cut, and therefore they're both actually dead things, despite the fact that the flowers are supposed to represent life. They've actually been cut, so they're dying. Lots of people have done this throughout the history of the universe. There are lots of artists who have played with the idea of skulls next to live things, particularly flowers, because there's like the beauty and the horror of death sitting next to each other. Oh, it's so meaningful. I have a plastic anatomical model of a skull that I got at I think it was a doll and toy fair. This guy gave it to me, I think, for 12 bucks. It was used, but, well, I mean, how much a skull can be used? It's one of these ones you get for class. Anyway, I've kept it on my desk for a while now. I named it Bespoke. Right now it's wearing Disney sunglasses. He's a pretty cool dude, but I used it as reference for this skull. I took the jaw. I do have the lower jaw, but I took the jaw off because I always find when I draw the lower jaw, it kind of looks weird. I had a lot of issues with the teeth as well, because the way that they look on the model is very different from the way they look in life. So I actually also used reference photos of, like, the way people draw skulls and the way I like it when they're drawn, but also of skulls that came out of the earth, because a plastic model is never actually, it's idealized. It's not going to actually look like the way different people's skulls look. Something I found really interesting with this piece is I didn't actually put any lines down. I was hoping that would give it a more organic feel if I didn't include black. So I built up all of the colors with paint, which you will later see. I decided to include a magnolia plant. There used to be a magnolia tree across the street from my house, and I used to enjoy climbing it until the new people moved in and they cut it down like 10 years. Well, it's more than 10 years because their kids are in high school now. Anyway, that people who lived there before them had this big magnolia tree that I really like to climb. Great tree. They never wanted me climbing it because they didn't want to get sued, but nobody wants to get sued, and I was never planning on, well, I mean, I guess my parents were never planning on suing them if I fell, because it would have been my own goddamn fault. It was a great tree, though. Very, very climbable. Magnolias are particularly climbable trees, if they have branches near the bottom enough that you can get on them, but because once you get up, they've got pretty sturdy branches. There was this one great branch that I used to sit on, and I could watch the sunset, and I could write in my book. I've always had a bit of a penchant for going to high places. I used to like to, I would sneak out my window and crawl along to the side of the house, and then get up on the fence, and then get up on the roof, and then sit on the roof, or walk around the roof, or lie on the roof. I had a friend actually who had part of her roof was flat, so they had like stairs up to it, and we used to go and have tea parties up there, and we'd bring blankets and stuff, which is really fun and cool, because it feels like you're hidden away, although these days with drones and GPS and satellites, are you ever truly alone? That's something to remember if you ever feel, like you are alone in the world. Are you ever truly alone? Is somebody always watching you? You always have the NSA. They'll be there for you forever. I will say, this piece turned out a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, particularly since I didn't have a lot of expectations. I had to do a lot of reshaping of the magnolia, but I do like the way the magnolia has these little stubby bits. I've been trying to draw a lot of nature and stuff. Actually, I got to go to a Magritte exhibit recently, and it was awesome. And I have so many ideas for projects I want to do and things I want to try, and I find Magritte extremely inspiring. And so I'm really looking forward to some pieces and some videos that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do like a whole series of pieces inspired by different aspects of Magritte's work and different aspects of surrealism. So look forward to that. I don't know about you guys, but I have always been very, very into surrealism. Probably because my parents really like Magritte and my dad's a bit of an existentialist. But absurdism and that whole oeuvre has always really resonated with me. I remember I saw a Dali exhibit when I was like 10. I saw my last Magritte exhibit maybe 15 years ago. That one focused more on his work with like faceless businessmen and bowler hats, whereas this one was more of a overarching look at a couple different periods, particularly his Vache period, which was his we're in the middle of World War II and I'm gonna draw crude shit period, and his period after that, which was basically post-war. Both are quite interesting, and he made a lot of his very iconic pieces in the post-war period, such as Son of Man, and he got really obsessed with the bowler hats in that period, I think. I think that was when it really hit its stride. But I am real excited about all of those. I took so many notes. I think I have like 10 pages of notes just on... And when I take notes at an art museum, I'm not really taking notes on like, I saw this piece. I'm taking notes on like, oh, this is what this piece is doing. So I might have the name and I'll say, you know, juxtaposition of shape versus weight versus expectation. That type of thing. It'll be really cool. I can't wait to get started, but I have to wait until October is over because there's just a lot going on with... I have a haunted house, and then I have a book launch party. There's just a lot happening, but I am excited for working on these new projects. It'll be really, really cool. I promise. Oh yeah, and I ran out of memory and didn't want to stop painting because I lack patience. So now you're gonna see the final piece, which I am quite proud of. I actually really think it looks good. I really like the way I hollowed out like the eyes with color. I'm really proud of myself because like I don't consider painting to be my forte, and this turned out real good. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to the Magritte stuff. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye!